What's good? It's your boy Jay. That's me. Let's talk about and discuss the final AEW Dynamite of 2023. That being AEW Dynamite New Year's Smash from December the 27th, 2023. A pretty okay show. And we're also going to go over the predictions for this Saturday's World's End. So we kicked the show off with the first match tonight. Triple threat for the Gold League Continental Classic Finals, featuring Jon Moxley versus Jay White versus Swerve Strickland. A very solid triple threat, but it was way too long. This thing should have been at least 20 to at least 22 minutes, and that would have been fine with me, but we got 30 damn minutes of this shit. Way too long. That makes zero sense at all. I don't understand it. But in the end, Jon Moxley gets the win via the paradigm shift on Jay White. So Jay White took the pin, so that's fine there. Jon Moxley's going to go to the finals, which is fine, I guess. But part of me is a small bit upset that Swerve didn't win, but I still think that Swerve is going to make out just fine, because I feel like he's probably going to be AEW World Champion sometime in 2024. Don't know when. Maybe around Double or Nothing or something like that. I don't know. Double or Nothing is in May of 2024. So hopefully by that time, Swerve will be champion. But Swerve is a made man. But Moxley going to the finals is fine. Jay White, what do you do with him going forward? I have no idea. I really don't. That's why I wish that Jay White would have went to either TNA or WWE. That's just me, because I feel like he's about to get lost in the shuffle, and people keep on saying that Collision is going to use him just fine, but Collision doesn't need to be on the air anymore. I think that Rampage needs to be in its time slot, and Rampage needs to be live, and Collision to me needs to be canceled because CM Punk is no longer there. Collision is really just 2 hours of Rampage. That's really all it is. And a mixture of Ring of Honor stuff. But I think Swerve will be fine for sure. Moxley going to the finals is okay. Moving on. So Tony Schiavone, he's in the ring with... he's in the back with Swerve and Prince Nana. So Swerve said that he wanted this bad, but when Swerve said this was... my bad. But when Swerve said this Continental Classic was breathing life back into the wrestling business, he wasn't lying. I'm like, nah, Swerve, that's all cap, dog. A tournament to me is lazy. It was way too lazy. It just took up a month and some change of television. It started late November and finished off, it's going to finish off this Saturday. So basically just a month of nothing, and it's really just lazy booking. That's all tournaments are. Modern day tournaments are lazy booking, not King of the Ring and stuff in the past and all that, but modern tournaments are just filler for the most part. And you know how AEW loves to be New Japan light. So, yeah. So, Swerve said that he heard that someone on Collision was talking about him, and then he challenges Keith Lee at World's End. So they're going to continue that feud and tie it up, put a bow on it, and ship it off to where it needs to be shipped off to. Okay, I guess. But why? I mean, I get Swerve needs to be on the card, which is fine. But Keith Lee and Swerve... This should have happened. We should have got a conclusion to this months ago. At least in the summer of this year. I mean, damn. Like, they haven't even crossed paths in probably, I want to say, well over a year. It's been a while since we've seen them. So, I don't know, but it is what it is. Who cares? But that's fine there. Moving on. So, Renee Paquette welcomes Mariah May to the stage. Mariah May says that she was supporting Toni Storm last week when she attacked Riho. Mariah May says she didn't like 2023's energy, and 2024 is all about Mariah May. So she's going to debut next week. So then Riho, she shows up. She chases Mariah May to the ring. Toni Storm makes a save. And then Riho, she does a dive and takes out Toni Storm and Luther. And Toni Storm, Luther, and Mariah May, they all retreat. I'm just like, oh my God, no. Ugh. Riho, why is she here? Why? For the love of the creator, why is she in the wrestling business? Ugh. I just don't even understand it. Like, this doesn't even feel like a pay-per-view match to me. It really doesn't. Like, you could literally put this on a Dynamite. Like, in the middle of a Dynamite. And have them go about 15 minutes. And, you know, I don't know. That's the vibe that I'm getting from this. Who gives a shit? But moving on. Top Flight. Along with Action and Andretti. They say that even though they lost to the Acclaim, they're still one of the best trios. So the Best Friends, they overhear this, and then they're going to make a match set for Friday on Rampage. Waste of time. A waste of time. Why are we getting this on AEW Dynamite? It just doesn't make any sense to me. But I think it's just a waste of time, I guess. Who cares? Nobody's going to watch Rampage anyway. Rampage completely sucks. Moving on. So, Miro, he has a really cool little vignette / video package. He says that he's going to throw out a challenge to Andrade Idolo for Saturday at World's End. So that's fine there. He wants to hurt Andrade. I think he called him an asshole also in the promo as well. So that was pretty cool. So Miro versus Andrade, sign me up. That's great. Moving on. Tony Schiavone, he's in the ring again. He welcomes Don Callis. Don Callis is there for Boxing Week, which is like a tradition in Canada. It's a mixture of Christmas and Black Friday combined in the one for Canada, which seems kind of cool. Don Callis says there's been a lot of stuff going on outside of the business for the last few weeks, but he couldn't have gotten through it without his family. So then, fuck you, Callis chants break out. Don Callis reveals 4 paintings that he commissioned, which was great. One had Kyle Fletcher punching a kangaroo. Takeshita and Don were training in a dojo. Will Hobbs and Don Callis had a night on the town with them. That was pretty cool. So they're all pretty like weird and creepy. Whoever's the artist for this needs a raise because this is so damn good. It's really, really good shit. I like that. I like his artwork. Whoever does it, really good stuff. So Sammy Guevara, who's been gone for 5 months, he shows up, and Sammy Guevara says, "Long time no talk." Don Callis didn't ask if he got the gift that he sent for Sammy's child. Don Callis shows Guevara a picture of Callis and company with Guevara and his baby girl. So Sammy Guevara wants to know who the hell said that he's allowed to use a picture of his kid. Don Callis said that Sammy Guevara isn't mentally ready to be a father. So Sammy Guevara says that Don Callis wants the spotlight over other guys like Takeshita and Will Hobbs. Don Callis says that he's disappointed that Guevara didn't show up for work for 5 months because he was hurt and having babies. Don Callis says that Sammy Guevara chooses which family he wants. Don Callis then responds and says, if Sammy Guevara chooses wrong, he'll be a bigger failure as a wrestler than he is as a parent. So then Sammy Guevara attacks Don Callis, but then he's beaten down by Hobbs, Fletcher, and Takeshita. And then out comes Chris Jericho to make the save. He clears the ring with Floyd, the Bat, and then both guys hug it out. And then they're beaten down by Ricky Starks and W. Morrissey, a.k.a. Big Bill. Lights go out. Sting and Darby, they come out and make the save. And I guess it's going to be an 8-person tag at World's End. So who gives a shit? I don't know. This is okay, I guess. But the segment for me was just a little bit too long. We could have wrapped this up easily within like 5 minutes. It felt like it went on for like 15 minutes. This was a pretty long segment. Pretty long. I'm just like, no. Moving on. So, Roderick Strong and the Kingdom, they're in the back with Renee. Roddy does his Renee thing. And Roddy says that he's going to provide proof tonight that MJF is the devil. And he shows us like a diagram of like all the suspects and everything else. He has it plastered that MJF is the devil, which is kind of funny. So there's that. Moving on. Continental Classic Blue League Finals. Bryan Danielson versus Eddie Kingston. A solid kick-ass television match. This thing was great. Eddie Kingston gets the win. He does not one but two spinning back fists into the powerbomb. 1, 2, 3. So this is great. I love this. This was tremendous. This was tremendous stuff. Bryan and Eddie are so good together. They work so well together. And I absolutely enjoyed it. So, post-match, Eddie Kingston, he's crying in the ring. So Moxley comes out. He attends to Danielson for a second. And then Moxley and Kingston have a little stare down for a second. Moxley gets on the mic. Jon Moxley says that Jon Moxley said all he's ever asked for of Kingston was 100% and his best. Moxley said everyone in Orlando loves Kingston. People around the world and everyone in New York will love Eddie Kingston. And they deserve his maximum effort. Jon Moxley says that Eddie Kingston knows better. He knows Eddie Kingston better than Kingston does himself. And he knows he's already given up. Moxley tries to continue. Kingston steals the microphone. Eddie Kingston said he's no young boy. He's not Wheeler Yuta. He's not Jon Moxley's bitch. Kingston broke in first, and he's lucky he let Moxley breathe. Kingston said he doesn't hate anyone as much as he hates himself. And Moxley talked him out of quitting once because AEW needs guys like him. On Saturday, Kingston is going to bust Moxley up and enjoy it. Nice. Really good stuff there. Really good stuff. So Eddie Kingston's going to basically win the finals and become the new Continental Classic champion. That's cool. That's a really good feel-good story. And this will tie up loose ends from 2021 when Moxley and Kingston were feuding back in 2021. So that's pretty good. That's all right. And I'm actually excited to see that match. Moving on. So Christian Cage, he's in the back with Lexi Nair, Nick Wayne, and his mom. So Christian's been waiting all night for Edge to show up. So they have a really good brawl scene. Edge kicks in the door and starts brawling with Christian Cage and stuff. The entire roster tries to separate the two. And Edge is screaming, I'll get you, I'm going to hurt you. And then Christian was like, you got lucky, you attacked me from behind. So that was really good there. Moving on. Kris Statlander versus Skye Blue. Skye Blue has a really dark look now. So she's on the side of Julia Hart. Skye Blue gets the win. So there's that. So Skye Blue wins via the Avalanche Code Blue. That's how she gets the win. Post-match, both Julia Hart and Skye Blue attack Kris Statlander. Willow Nightingale makes a save, and then Skye Blue and Julia Hart, they head to the back. So Abaddon's here to scare down everybody. Who gives a shit? This is Rampage, Collision, fodder shit. Who cares? Moving on. Renee Paquette, she's with Ruby Soho and Saraya. Ruby says that she's wrestling Marina Shafir on Rampage. Oh my God. I just want to gouge out my eyes. Oh my God. Oof. Main event. MJF and Samoa Joe versus the Devil's guys. So there's like 5 minutes left of the show, basically. And the Devil guys, they come out to the crowd, no music. And then MJF comes out. Samoa Joe, his music hits, but he's not there. Joe's in the back clutching his knee. It's showing on the screen. Joe's screaming, tell MJF not to go out there. And just MJF says that he doesn't care. He's taking these guys on in a handicap match. So MJF loses the ROH Tag Team titles. He loses via a heat seeker by one of the masked guys. And the other guy holds MJF's feet on the ropes. And that's how they win. Post-match, 4 of the Devil's henchmen beat down MJF. And then Samoa Joe, he comes in to make the save to an extent. But he beats down MJF with the steel chair. And then he hits a muscle buster on MJF, and he holds up the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. And there was a thing on the screen that said, pleasure doing business with you. So that's great. So Samoa Joe seems to be aligned with the Devil in his faction. So I do like this. He's a snake. He's a damn snake. So this is really good heel shit, and I'm glad that it happened. Now we do need to get the reveal of who the Devil is, as well as his henchmen on Saturday. It has to happen. So Dynamite was okay for the most part. I enjoyed it. It was all right. I could have done without all the Rampage stuff, Ruby Soho and everything, the best friends and all that nonsense, Rocky Romero, all that jazz. I could have done without that, but Eddie Kingston, Jon Moxley promo was good. Danielson and Kingston, their match was good. The triple threat match was good. The MJF beatdown from Joe and the Devil and his henchmen, that was good. So really good stuff. Eddie Christian, the brawl, that was great as well. Let's go ahead and get into the predictions. We've got 10 matches on the card. Oh, my God. Oh. So we got a 20-person battle royal. The winner gets a future TNT championship match. Who cares? Moving on. Next, Willie Yuta versus Hook is the next match. It's FTW rules for the FTW Championship. This will probably take place on the pre-show. Next, Eddie Kingston versus Jon Moxley. Continental Classic Finals. Everything's on the line, championship-wise. So it's the ROH World Title, New Japan Strong Openweight Championship, and the inaugural AEW International Championship. Eddie Kingston's going to win this one. It makes the most sense. I think Hook will defeat Willie Yuta and retain. Julia Hart versus Abaddon. Julia Hart's going to win. It's for the AEW TBS Championship. Julia's going to win. Why not? Next, Timeless Toni Storm versus Riho for the AEW Women's Championship. Toni Storm, she's going to retain. The 8-person tag, Ricky Starks, W. Morrissey, a.k.a. Big Bill, and the Don Callis family, which is going to be Kyle Fletcher and Powerhouse Hobbs, taking on Sammy Guevara, Chris Jericho, Darby Allin, and Sting. Darby Allin, Chris Jericho, Sammy, and Sting are going to win. Like, why not? The babyface is going to win that. Next, Christian Cage versus Edge. No DQ match for the AEW TNT Championship. I think Christian Cage might retain this, maybe. I don't know. I'm really wanting Edge to win this, to get his comeuppance, so Edge probably will win this. But this feud doesn't need a championship. This feud does not need a championship. It doesn't. It really does not. Because that's a waste of people's time. That's the way I see it. Moving on. Swerve Strickland versus Keith Lee singles match. Swerve is going to win that one. Andrade El Idolo versus Miro. Miro is going to win that. Main event, Samoa Joe versus MJF. AEW World Championship. Samoa Joe needs to win this. MJF is legit injured. He can't go. The match should be no longer than about 15 minutes. And I do think that Samoa Joe should walk away as champion. And then that's when we see the big reveal of the devil and his henchmen. And then they just beat down Max, where Max is just beaten to hell pretty bad, where he's off for a good 3 months. You give Samoa Joe maybe a 3-month, 4-month reign. You do Samoa Joe and MJF maybe at Double or Nothing, so that's in May. So MJF needs to be gone for a while, at least for a few months, at least for a good 3 to 4 months. We don't need to see MJF back until, I want to say, the middle of April. So at least be gone for a good 3.5, 4 months. At least a good 3.5 months. At least like middle of March show up. I don't know, but MJF is hurt. Hopefully the devil reveal will be Jack Perry. I don't think it's going to be Adam Cole, because Adam Cole is injured as well. So, I don't know, but we'll find out on Saturday. But what did you guys think of Dynamite? Let me know. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.